It's all about education. I know, when you work in a developing country like Madagascar, the biggest problem is there's not a lot of money going to education in these countries. The schools are rudimentary. The teachers are not paid well. A lot of the teachers actually are students that were secondary students, and they needed a job, so they become the teacher. And so one of the things that we've done is we look at education as the primary goal to help this country. Several years ago, we created this book. We published 15,000 of these, and we load them up in a container with 15,000 packs of crayons, 15,000 spiral notebooks. It's in Malagasy, and it talks about conservation, whether it's with the boas, or with the lemurs, or with the chameleons, with the Eurypletus. There's actually a book that comes along with this. It's a teacher's guide that has questions that will help them incorporate this into their daily curriculum, whether it's reading, writing, or arithmetic. And this book, it's been a really good tool because we have 4 permanent sites in Madagascar, and every site has a different problems, whether it's too dry or too wet. All of them do not have enough food or jobs. And so hunting has become prevalent, and each of these 4 sites, we have a very critically endangered animal there. And so to stop them from eating it or realizing that they can live with these animals and live with the forest and still have a life, we actually started working with the local schools and working with these students. And we've had some dramatic results. Kinjavatu, which is one of our permanent sites, with the greater bamboo lemur, which is one of the most critically endangered lemurs in the world, in Madagascar, but it's also one of the most critically endangered primates. It's in the top 5. And this site, surprisingly, has over almost half the known population. And it's unprotected, and we had hunting since we've been working there since 2000, prevalent. Well, we released this book and started working with the community, working with the Fukantanis, with the Ampanzakas, the Tangalamenas, with the mayor, with the vice mayor, and with these primary school teachers. And we have not, since December 2007, when we gave these books out, had any lemur traps. So it's had a dramatic effect. And from that point on, they understand that they can do this, and they can get a little help. And that's our goal, is to help.
We work with a lot of plants from a number of countries, but a very large number of them are Malagasy plants, mostly orchids from Madagascar. We work with more than 150 species from Madagascar. We go to the jungle, live with the Malagasys. We collect a little bit of seed. We do field surveys. We GPS locate these things and take genetic samples of their leaves, and then we bring the seeds back here, a portion of them. We propagate them here. The whole goal is to get them big enough, healthy enough to get them back to the Malagasy jungle, and we have reintroduced more than 800 orchids already, but as you can see, we have many more than that. Our goal is to take them back to Madagascar while they are in sterile conditions yet. So we grow them in vitro. We can control any kind of pathogens. Then we grow them as large as we can, this big or larger, and we take them back to the wild, still in vitro, so that we don't transfer any kind of pathogens, diseases, viruses, insects, fungi, back to their wild environment, their protected environment. It's very, very critical. In isolation, all species, both plants and animals, tend to evolve so that they are unique to that island. Island nations are also extremely fragile as far as saving their environment intact, because invasive species, when they're brought in from other continents, are very often aggressive and will marginalize these native species. It's very, very detailed. It's very complicated. One has to be very methodical, meticulous, and document everything. Treat it properly so that it is fit to go back.